everything on all cylinders. Let's get Jeff in here. Jeff?
Hey, you keep talking about reparations, but don't you realize you already got reparations?
Where, Jeff? Where's the reparations we get, Jeff?
Your reparations is getting to live in a country white people developed and built.
Oh,
That's
really?
your reparations. Yes.
So if you developed and built it, why did you white supremacists fail when you tried to do it on your own without the help of black people?
What does FBA stand for? Failed Black American?
Why did you suspected white supremacists fail when you tried to build this country on your own?
We didn't. You failed.
No, you failed, sir. Y'all didn't
Look
get
up what happened when
Why
they freed the slaves.
Why didn't you get it built on your own? You keep deflecting from that.
We did. Most white people didn't own slaves. There was more white workers.
What year did y'all build a successful country without black people?
1600 to 1800. Most white people didn't own slaves. And there were
throwing
freed blacks that owned slaves. So that means
you're throwing numbers out, Jeff. You're just saying anything. Name the year that your white supremacist ancestors got anything going for themselves without black people in America. What year?
1614, 1615, 1616. We were already exporting tobacco.
Sir, y'all damn near starved to death in Jamestown. Okay. Around that time, y'all asses were eating each other in Jamestown, sir. Please don't do that. Y'all didn't get anything going on around that.
There was no slaves to 1619 in Jamestown, and we were already exporting tobacco. So I debunked your point.
Sir, no, they didn't get tobacco into a prosperous export until the black people got involved, sir. Until after 1619. It didn't really get pop until after 1619, sir.
Well, black people weren't even 10% of the population to 1700. So when did you become significant in the, because you never really passed 21% of the population according to the demographics.
And we were the most important commodity, sir. It was our free labor that built up the entire wealth, sir. So what does that say?
But you didn't do the majority of labor. White men did.
Why? What white men did the majority of labor? How? Where?
How many? There were more whites shipped here than blacks. More indentured servants shipped here than slaves.
Where did you do
the servants? That's not the wage laborers.
Where did you do the majority of work, sir? And what work
in this country?
What work
were they doing? A lot of indentured servants. They were blacksmiths. They were working in the fields. They were farming. They were cabinet makers. Sir,
the black people were in the fields. That's what the slavery thing was about. That's why they were paying top dollar for enslaved black people. That's why this country got so wealthy, because they had us in the fields and they didn't have to pay us. So that money kept getting aggregated and aggregated and aggregated and compounded, and that became the wealth of this nation, sir. You're just mayonnaise babbling at this point, sir.
So why, when you try to do it on your own, you failed?
Sir, foundational black Americans, every time we get you white supremacists out of our mix, we're actually very successful, sir.
All right. So what happened when they freed the slaves?
That's why places like Tulsa, Greenwood, other places were so successful, because we got you out of our mix. And that's why you guys had to bomb and destroy our communities that we built on our own, sir.
But when they freed the slaves, it led to starvation to millions of black Americans. You can look it up.
Sir,
so that was your starving times. When we freed you, you couldn't survive.
Sir, that's a lie.
Look it up. Well, and we gave you Liberia.
After slavery, black people started building up prosperous communities. This is after slavery. Black people put their money in the Freedmen's Bank, and they saw that black people could generate millions of dollars directly after slavery. We cut our illiteracy rate. Black people were making moves until you white supremacists had to undermine us with immigrants. You were flooding us with immigrants right after slavery, sir. So you
were always the minority here.
Sir, but you guys saw that we were so prosperous after slavery, you had to slow that prosperity down and flood the zone with a bunch of
According to what statistics?
with a bunch of according to the damn statistics of them immigrants flooding over here. That's when most of the immigrants came over after slavery, sir. Is that true or not true?
They didn't come here for you. They came here to work for white people's companies. They didn't
They
come here for.
came here to eat off the wealth that was already generated by foundational black Americans. You know why? Because they were starving, musty, and dusty in the slums of Europe, your homeland, sir. Right?
Well, why didn't you build Liberia, the land given to freed blacks?
Oh, shut up with the Liberia. That was a cluster flop from day one.
You
We
went
don't
over there and you failed.
we sir, if y'all don't stop with that Liberia, the white supremacists had their hands all in Liberia. That was a finesse and a con game. Most of us didn't go over there. You had other people from the Caribbean going to Liberia. You had people from other parts of Africa going to Liberia. So it wasn't just the few foundational black Americans who went over there. And plus, the white supremacists were all involved. So, yeah, it was a mess because your people were involved, sir. So stop with the Liberia stuff. We're fine when you're not in our
What
midst.
happened in civil rights? What did you fight for?
Sir, we got a lot of you white supremacists off our
To
back.
be part of white society because we built this
Mhm.
country.
Sir,
And
this
you
is,
know it.
sir. Okay, what did you build?
What did we build?
What's
Let's
white culture?
see.
No. What,
80% of U.S.
Jeff,
companies that employ people.
okay, slow down, Jeff, slow down. Jeff, what's white culture? What's white American culture?
White American culture. Well, you're speaking a white man's language. A lot of what you call soul food is European food. Um,
Nigga.
what you
Like what? Oh, tell me what? Tell me. I got what? Tell me some of these dishes. Tell me.
All right. Where do collard greens come from?
Oh God. Okay.
Ain't they come from Greece? Where does fried chicken come from? It
Oh,
comes from
okay.
Scotland.
So
All right.
why does your fried chicken and collard greens have no flavor and ours do? Jeff?
You muted me. Oh, and
Yeah.
that's why you. I seen your little thing. Where did you go on today?
Why does your fried chicken and collard greens have no flavor?
Well, here's the thing. All the major chicken restaurants were started by white people. I hear you guys talk about seasoning, but you guys eat at our restaurants every day.
Like which ones? Which
Every
one?
day you stuff
What
your
what
face.
what no. What please tell me. What chicken place started by white people?
All right. Popeye's chicken, Al Coupland,
Oh my God.
KFC.
Sir, oh God. Oh God. Did family, did he say KFC? You mean the recipe that Colonel Sanders stole from a black woman? He stole
Well,
this
that's
recipe.
been fact checked, and there's
Oh
no
yeah.
strong evidence
Yes,
for
stop
that.
it. Stop. You guys always steal recipes. Even Popeyes. They stole recipes down there too. They
Prove
don't
it.
cook food.
Prove it.
Dude, Paula Dean, all of you.
Buffalo Wild Wings. Every chicken restaurant you eat
Oh,
is
stop
the
it.
white man's.
Y'all stole the recipes from the black people, sir. Just because you can steal what white American culture, white supremacist culture is the patent office. You guys can steal stuff and patent things at the drop of a hat. That's your culture, stealing and patenting other things that black people create, sir. That's your culture right there, sir. So
If
you're
that
welcome.
was true,
You're welcome.
why don't you have another country you can compare America to? A black
Because
country that's even half as rich. I could point to other European countries because we built this country.
like what? Like what? What other European countries can you point to that
I can point.
the slave trade didn't build up to?
How many slaves were in Norway? It's ranked
Sir,
the most developed country according to the Human Development Index. How many
sir,
slaves were in Switzerland? And
sir,
another
the
thing is, black
no,
Americans.
no, because the banks in Switzerland got their wealth from the money generated from the slave trade, sir, and the Vatican. All of them got their money generated from the transatlantic slave trade and the slave trade here, sir. That's where the Swiss
But guess what?
all got their
You
money.
participated in slavery. There were
Oh, sir,
3,000 black slave owners in the South.
And, sir, those black slave owners had to buy their family members. So they weren't enslaving people like your white supremacist family were. They were buying family members. So technically, on paper, they were slaves, but they were relatives that they had to purchase, sir. So tell the whole truth and put it in context,
Well,
Jeff.
that's
You just
always the excuse. There was a famous black guy that
don't say
he bought the slave and he
don't
sold
say
them back for profit.
don't say Anthony Johnson. Are you about to do the Anthony Johnson lie?
William Ellison owned 53 black
Will
slaves. He was a slave.
William Ellison, then he was a mulatto trying to be like his white daddy. Sometimes you have Sambos who take on their white supremacist father's traits, sir. Stop it, okay? He was a mulatto who had a white supremacist dad, and sometimes that places trauma on the minds of a black child, and he grew up to be a Sambo, so that doesn't count, sir.
I even heard your interview. It's your most viewed interview. You even admitted that you are dependent on white people. You
We
admitted
are,
that.
yes, we are dependent on white people
So
because
how could you say you built this country if you
you
need
have,
white people?
but we don't need you, but we're
If
dependent
you're
on you.
dependent on them, you need them.
Because no, we don't need you, but we're dependent on you because you turn society into a prison. So we don't need you, but you chose to imprison us, and we don't know how to break out of that societal prison yet. That's the problem. So we are dependent on you because when we build something, you guys destroy it anyway. So then we have to depend on you to get whatever little crumbs we have. So now we have to figure out how to replace the system of white supremacy with the system of justice so that you won't destroy what we build, sir. You see?
We destroyed what you built.
Yes, you have. You destroy,
No, I
steal,
think you
or
destroyed our communities. What do you think white flight is about? You think they just hate you because you're black? No, they hate
yes,
because you
yes.
destroy the communities and you make people leave.
Oh, no, 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 sir. Y'all leave because you guys are afraid of your genetics not being strong enough to mix in with black people. So that's what white flight is about. We don't destroy anything. In fact, the black communities that we control are the cleanest communities. You white supremacists are living in funky, musty trailers, drinking out, sucking your sister's titty.
Really?
You're the,
What
yes, people
percentage
like you.
of the population lives in trailers? I looked
Most
this up
of you,
before.
okay, most of you
6% of the population.
stop it. Stop it. Let's get something straight. Most of you suspected white supremacists are not bawling out. Most of you are dirty, little musty, inbred, mosquito bitten, canker having rednecks sitting in a trailer park drinking a goddamn Bud Light with crust in your toes, dirty draws, and wet dog smelling hair. So you're not all bawling out. But the only thing that keeps you alive and keeps you waking up every day is the thought of a group of people being subjugated by the dominant society, and that is black people. So white
Well,
supremacy
if that was
keeps
true,
you
why would you
waking up
be
every
talking about a wealth gap? I always hear you talking about a wealth gap.
Mm-hmm. Yes, there's
But
a
I
wealth
guess
gap.
I thought we didn't have any wealth. So I thought
Well,
we were all just living in trailers and it doesn't make
the
any sense.
the middle class white supremacists and the wealthy white supremacists, they have the majority of the wealth. Now, you lower level white supremacists like you who live in the trailer, you're the foot soldiers for the middle class and the upper class. They use you as their little do boys. You
I
don't have
never lived in a trailer, but I just seen a
stop
fight
it,
of a
stop,
Samoan and a black.
stop it, stop it, stop it, sir. I hear the engine of your trailer car running right now. You're not a bawling white man at all. You're one of these little dirty white supremacists who's low level living. Most of you guys, all the Section 8, most of you guys on Section 8, and y'all try to put that on us. The
Well, in raw
Owsley,
numbers, but percent.
stop with that bullshit. Owsley County, Kentucky is the welfare capital in the United States. Owsley County, Kentucky. It's a 99% white area, and 98% of the people are on welfare. Look that up. You do not have an all black town where
Well,
everybody's
I
on
went on the
well
census website. It shows blacks have a higher percentage on welfare, the percentage of
percentage.
their population. They're
Yeah,
more whites in raw numbers, but the
damn,
percentage of their population.
y'all like to mix up raw numbers and all of that nonsense. Look, black people, if there's two or three black people on welfare, they have a reason to be because the white supremacists, you deprive us of resources. Shit,
But who created welfare?
it's a wonder that all of us are not on welfare with the stuff that you've done to us. But every law has been made to benefit the suspected white supremacists. So none of you should be on welfare. What the hell is your excuse? That's a question, Jeff. Jeff, that's a question. Jeff, can you put the meth pipe back on the stove and answer the question, sir?
You know what you did. You muted me. And that's why that lady turned off your microphone in your little speech, your conference thing, reparations.
Oh, so were you upset with what I had to say? Was that the thing that
Well,
got
you
you
didn't
triggered?
you didn't have a lot to say. She cut you off
I
pretty
said
quick.
enough. I said enough, and the video is going viral. So I said enough. Did it bother you what I had to say about reparations today, sir?
Well, you're not going to get it. You
Oh,
can
yes, we
keep
are.
crying and complaining.
Yes, we are.
You're not going to receive them.
Yes, we are. Oh, yes, we are. We're going to get reparations. And Jeff, when we get reparations, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy all the mayonnaise and starve you out. You're not going to have no mayonnaise. I'm going to buy it all. And then I'm going to raise the price on it and slang that shit like dope. And you're going to be like, oh my God, ain't no more mayonnaise. Fuck. So there, that's going to be my punishment. Yes, that's going to be my punishment to you. I'm going to be the mayonnaise trap king. All right. Just to get in your ass, just to make you mad. All right. But anything else, Jeff?
Anything else?
All right. So just understand the reparations are coming, Jeff. And Jeff, it's a good
No,
thing.
they're not.
It's coming, Jeff. Yeah, yes, it is.
No, they're
And
not.
I promise you, we're going to get reparations, Jeff. And it's going to stimulate the economy. It's going to be
Well, if you get, how's it going to stimulate the economy?
Because we're going to circulate that money in the economy. We're not going to be like all of these other groups who get money and funnel it outside the country. We're going to stimulate the economy by creating businesses, creating jobs, and that's going to stimulate and circulate money in the economy. Reparations is going to be a good thing, and that'll be a good thing for you. You can get more meth, you can get more head lice spray. It will be good for you. You're gonna have a lot of great, wonderful things. You can get that head lice out of your scalp, all of that stuff, brother. Um, anyway, Jeff, but just wait on those reparations, and yeah, you should be glad that we're getting reparations. You should want justice. You should want people to be
Well,
compensated.
I already told you, you already received the reparations, and that's getting to live in a white country, a white society that white people
Uh,
built.
no, that was my family built this country from scratch, and your family
From scratch. How
from
did they build it from scratch? You weren't the
because
only people in the colonies from
uh,
1600 to 1800.
there was, sir, the only people who built this country from scratch were foundational Black Americans. Your white supremacist ancestors didn't do it, and the natives
Yes,
didn't
we
do it.
did.
No,
We
you
did it.
didn't. No, you didn't,
We did
because
it.
you couldn't do it. Sir, you guys ate each other to damn death over in those damn stinking ass colonies that you kept failing in, sir. And
Well,
you
you
know
ate
it.
each other in Liberia, the land that was
Sir,
given to you.
I
And you
ain't
were
got shit.
starving when they freed you.
I ain't got nothing to do with Liberia. We are not Liberian. I'm a
Oh, yeah, and you
foundational.
fled to white people. You ran
I,
from the plantation and fled to white people. You were
who?
running up to Canada. Go look it
Oh,
up. The
if you don't,
Quakers.
sir, if you don't go watch the movie American Maroon, most of us were forming our own maroon communities in the Great Dismal Swamp and in Florida,
You
South
fled, Tariq.
Carolina.
You fled the
Oh,
plantation to white people that didn't
so,
own slaves. Even
sir,
Frederick Douglass wrote in
my,
his book,
sir,
he fled to the north and
sir,
he was talking about all the wealth in the north.
if we went to Florida and whooped the white supremacist asses down in Florida, sir, tell the whole story. That's what the Seminole Wars were about. That was a Negro war of us whooping your ass all over Florida.
Tariq,
Mm-hmm,
why don't you just admit the truth? You know what you're doing.
What am I
You know
doing?
what you're doing.
Telling the truth about
You're
history?
playing
What?
this game of black victimhood, white supremacy, and we built
Well,
built everything. You don't even believe that.
no. Your game is white. That's your word. Your community came up with white supremacy. That's your word.
So
You told us you
why
were
are
white
Asians able to thrive in this country?
because you allow them to.
They're not white.
You allow the
Look at the
keyword
statistics;
allow.
they're doing very well
The key word is
on
allow.
average.
You allow them, sir. You guys
But I
bombed
thought
your
you said you built
sir,
the country. If you
sir,
built it,
sir,
you would be allowing them.
sir. We're all under the system of white supremacy. We're dominated militarily. But you go back to the Asians, you allow the Asians to thrive. You guys bombed Japan and places like that. And then you turned around and gave them billions of dollars to rebuild. So you
They
allowed
gave billions of dollars to Nigeria. They still
what
receive billions. Why haven't they built? I mean, I think only like 40% have access to
ask
electricity.
them.
Just giving
I'm
somebody money doesn't.
Nigerian. Ask them. I'm a foundational Black American. I don't know what they do over there. I ain't got nothing to do with Nigeria. I'm a foundational Black American. If I got billions of dollars, I'll show you what I can do. And what we can do, we'll get it popping. And that's what we're going to do with our reparations, Jeff. You feel me?
If you want reparations, ask the blacks that sold you in Africa.
Oh, Lord. Sir, do you know only about 3 to 6% of people who were caught in Africa were actually brought to North America, a very small percentage. And this is very well
Yeah,
documented.
more were brought to Brazil.
Right. And we're not
So if
Brazilian.
slavery was the key to
So,
success, shouldn't Brazil
so,
be more prosperous?
so, I think you got to ask a Brazilian. I'm a foundational Black American. There were already Black people here that they enslaved here. You see? And many of us are part of that Aboriginal lineage. We're really foundational Black Americans. We're foundational to this land. We're foundational to the United States, sir.
Show me the evidence that you were already here. There is no
Oh,
evidence.
sir, if you don't stop it, there's all
There's so
types.
many theories. There was a theory that the Salutrans, people came from France before the so-called natives. There's so many
Sir.
different theories. So prove that you were here first.
Yes, we can prove it through fossil evidence, scientific evidence. They proved it that way. They've done fossil bones, carbon dating, and proved that there were Black people here, the Folsom people. You have people like Von Woot. Now, these are white people who said that there were Black people here thousands of years ago. You have Constantine Rafinesque, who was a scientist here in the 1800s, a
Hmm.
white man, saying that there were Negro tribes here. The white European explorers, Balboa, so many others said that there were Black tribes here. So this is not even up for debate. This has been thoroughly proven, sir. This is our land. We're foundational Black Americans, sir. That's what it is. And we're going to get those reparations. We're going to get them. And we're going to invite you to the reparations party. Okay, I want you to come, Jeff. I want you to come to the reparations party, but you gotta bathe.
I
You gotta bathe.
guarantee you're going to be on this app in 20 years still talking about reparations.
No, no, because once we get the reparations, we're gonna
My
get
thing
a.
is, if you want to take
We're gonna
pride in this
no, no, no,
country,
no,
you're the one that made it great.
we're gonna get reparations. We're gonna create a new app called No Mayo, and you're not gonna be a part of it. That means you won't be able to get on it, sir. It's a No Mayo app, nomayo.com, and you're gonna be excluded. We're gonna discriminate against you with our reparations, Jeff.
My thing
So,
is, you claim you're the reason this country is great. Why don't you just
yep.
build up your communities? Why do you need
We did
reparations?
because our communities are controlled by your white supremacist brethren. The communities are controlled by your people, sir, and that's the problem. That's why we want
How?
because you
You have
control
majority black cities like Memphis, Detroit,
that you that you
where
control.
more black people are in leadership,
You
black
control. No,
mayors,
no, oh,
black
stop. These are puppets that you guys put into power. They don't do anything. And one of the caveats of them being in positions of power is that they don't do anything for the Black community, just like Eric up there in New York and so many other Black politicians that we get. That's why you allow them to get in certain positions so they won't do anything for the Black community. The minute a Black politician start doing things for the Black community, your community runs them out of power, sir. That's the problem.
So you're just saying you're forever under white supremacy. There's nothing black people could do. Why would you teach your
We
people that?
got because
Why
is
would
it
you
a
teach your
lie?
people that?
Oh, okay, is it the truth or a lie?
It's a lie. Let me tell you
So,
something. In
so,
America, right? If
so,
you have a
okay. Wait,
skill
wait,
or
wait, wait.
talent,
So, what? What part of the country do we live in or can we go to that white people can't come in and destroy overnight?
I don't know any white people doing that. And
Sir,
honestly, most white people wouldn't even step foot in a black neighborhood.
sir, every time we build our own communities, your community sabotages it and destroys it. This is documented. There are prosperous black communities that we had in this country all over the place. Your
I think
community,
there was
your
pockets of,
your community, stop it. Your community would do things like run freeways and train stations through our communities. This is very well
but
documented.
I thought you built everything. So
Yeah,
who was building those freeways and trains? Who was doing that? I thought you
the,
built everything in the country.
we're not building the train stations no more. We built the initial ones. We built the
So
initial.
you ran those interstate highway systems through your neighborhoods
Okay,
because
now
you were
you're
the
just
only people working, right?
now you're
And that was
trolling.
that
Now
happened
you're
after
trolling.
slavery was
But,
abolished,
but
anyways. Like a lot
see
of
that's
infrastructure in this
you're
country.
troll. So now you're troll flecting. You're deflecting from the fact that I was proving that your community comes in and they undermine our black progress. See, that's why you have to keep trolling and deflecting and doing all of this stuff. So you're proving my point, Jeff, and that's why we need reparations. It goes back to reparations, and this is why we're going to get those reparations so that we can build and protect our foundational Black American community, so that your white supremacist brethren won't come in and try to destroy everything.
No,
Right?
I think white people help your community. I think you're the
Stop
most
it.
blessed black people in the world to be living in a white country.
Stop. Stop
That's
it. Name a
honestly
black.
what I think.
What black community have you helped?
Your community.
Name a
We
black
uplift.
community. Name
All
a
right, I
black
was
community.
looking at the statistics,
No,
right?
no, 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 no,
Most
no, no, no. Stop it. Stop. No. I want you to name a black community that was helped by white society that's prosperous right now. Name one.
the societies you fled to when you
Okay. Name the neighborhood, sir. Name the black neighborhood that's prosperous that was helped by white people. Name it.
well, listen, you're the most successful
Okay.
black.
None. So the answer is none. I can tell you the ghettos that were helped by white people, the white supremacists. You guys create ghettos. The ghettos are your creation. If a black person is doing bad, that's the fault of the white supremacists. You created the circumstances for black people to do bad in certain neighborhoods. We only do good when we get you out of our mix, sir. These are facts.
If a
Jeff,
black person does bad, that's the fault of white supremacists. So if a
100%.
black person does
100,
good,
100%. If we name something we do that you don't have a hand in, everything bad in black society, you white supremacists are the orchestrators of
well,
that.
the reason we you say we have a hand in it is because
Yeah, you
you're running
orchestrate
through
all.
our society for
Right,
everything.
right,
Jobs.
right. We're in a system of white supremacy. Right. So you
No, you
just
just
proved
don't
that.
want to create your own.
We,
You're
we
so
can't
used to having your hand out.
We can't because we're in a system of white supremacy. You won't allow us because you have us militarily controlled, and we haven't figured out how to replace that militarized system of white supremacy with a system of justice. So you are hitting it right on the money. We have to go through you because you
Yet
run
the
things.
Asians can do it.
Oh, the Asians have to go through you too.
But they're still successful outside of
They
America.
have
Japan's
to,
successful.
no, sir, and Asian,
Singapore's
sir,
successful. They've been
because
colonized.
because you guys send money over there. You rebuilt those countries, but those Asian countries, many of them are not popping like that. That's why many of them have to immigrate here. Sir, we've been over to Asian countries.
Yeah, the
It's
ones in East Asia.
those countries are not popping like that. Many of these countries are slums over there in Asia, sir. So stop it. They come over here and prosper because they generate and they come over here and eat off the wealth that foundational black Americans created. You see? But anywho, Jeff, but thank you so much, Jeff. Let me get some other people on here. All right, because Jeff, your mayonnaise splaining and headlights babbling. Let's get DiCaprio. Let's get DiCaprio in here. DiCaprio. All right. Let's get I love, what's your name? I love to tour. All right. I love to tour.
Yo, what's going on?
What's up, brother? What's on your mind?
We gotta discuss Elon Musk because I think Elon Musk is doing a lot to embolden a lot of people right now, and he has the platform to do it.
Okay. Okay. All right, brother. God damn.
What's your take on?
That's okay, brother. Okay, you. This brother didn't hit a blunt. Okay, what I don't want y'all to do, don't hit a blunt and just blurt out random thoughts that you're having while you're high. That's a random thought fart from a blunt. Yeah, that brother just had a thought fart, man. That was random as hell. You're high. You're sitting up there high. I think we should talk about SpongeBob and how that relates to Elon Musk. What we need to talk about is why they name it Uber Eats. You ain't eating in the Uber. It should be called at home eats because the Uber drop off the food at the home, right? You know, I be thinking about shit, nigga. That's high nigga talk. Dude, what they stepping on your dope with, man? My drug dealers out there, y'all pull back on the fentanyl, man. Don't cut the shit with fentanyl. Y'all got these niggas talking crazy. Cut that shit regular. Don't stretch your dope out. Y'all got niggas fucked up out here. All my niggas trapping. Stop cutting the dope so fucked up, man. Don't put too much fentanyl in there. You don't need to cut it so deep, nigga. All right, let me get Black Alpha in here. Let me get what's up, brother Black Alpha? Black Alpha, hop on, man. I'm good, man. How are you, sir?
Man, you got me over here laughing, brother. But I want to say salute to you, brother, for leading by example. That's what I want to say the most, family, because nothing brings out the ops like reparations. Nothing at all.
Oh yeah, yes, yes.
I was so glad when I seen you there, family, because I see all these other reparations things, like that thing they had out in Baltimore, the tether reparations thing. All these things are always messy. They're messy. They fighting, they grabbing each other and all that. But I like that you brought that real black grassroots energy, family, and you handle all the ops smooth. So shout out to you and everybody on the West Coast, because y'all have really been leading this whole movement of reparations, family. So I salute you, family, and I cannot wait to the expo, brother.
Man, much respect, brother. Man, again, I got to take my hat off to brothers and sisters up here in the town and the Bay Area, man. Y'all really been really holding it down, man, especially with all of the ops that they're throwing at you, all of the agent provocateurs, seeing the circus up there today and how you guys were just so focused and y'all had to pull my coat to stay focused, man. Player town shit all day, man. Man, I take my hat off to you guys for just being so focused and being able to play past that BS, man. You guys are amazing. You gotta give it up to the town, give it up to the Bay Area for being on top of it, man. I love it. We got to keep that energy. This should be taught in the way you carry yourself here and play past all of the ops. That should be taught nationwide in some of these other reparations hearings, because y'all played past the BS, man. Y'all did not let that nonsense phase you. It was a circus up there today, and y'all stayed focused. Everybody was on the same. They stayed focused. They didn't get thrown off track. People getting thrown out, people yelling, and it was very performative. And just brothers and sisters stayed on top of their game, man. And we're moving forward out here. Things are getting pushed in the right direction as it should. So again, shout out to the town out here. And by the way, everybody, man, y'all, the FBA Expo, that's coming up in a couple of weeks, man. My brother Greg Marcel, he's in here. He's going to be involved. We got so many great people. Red and Blue Pill, Riza Islam, Brother Ben X, King Cam, Sister Vicky Dillard, Erica Lachey. We got a lot of phenomenal people who's going to be a part of the FBA Expo, man. So that's going to be in Dallas in a couple of weeks. Y'all go to FBAexpo.com. FBAexpo.com to get your tickets and get your vending popping right now, ladies and gentlemen. And again, y'all need to come out to the Hidden History Museum. We got an event, a Juneteenth event happening on June 17th. The tickets are probably going on sale tomorrow for that, all my LA people. And if y'all want to come to LA, that'll be great. Like my man said earlier, the museum is beautiful. People have a great time coming to the museum. You got to schedule your trip to come out to LA and kick it with us. So Juneteenth would be great for y'all to come out to LA and kick it with us. We're going to have complimentary food and the whole shebang. So y'all go to hiddenhistorymuseum.com for more information on that. And anyway, guys, let me get up out of here. But again, shout out to everybody out here in Oakland, still in Oakland. Much respect, much love to the town. You guys have been showing me so much love out here. It's a beautiful thing. Anyway, guys, I'll be back in LA tomorrow. You guys have a great night. Papi Akute and Lola Vuve to the family. Peace.